Time now for the Diamond District, and don't you dare look at that 401k statement. I looked online just the other day. I shouldn't have. So depressing. If you were in stocks last year, it's miserable, folks, and not much has changed this month. New year, but nothing's changed. So if anything, you've lost more. So what can you do to stop the bleeding in the 401k, the 403b, or the 457 plan, whichever one you have? Sanyika Calloway Boyce is the financial fitness coach, and we're going to turn to her for some financial fitness tips. It's just terrible out there. I mean, I'm going through it personally with all my viewers out there, and I said,
we all are.
There's nothing really that you can do because I don't want to take the losses. So I've just got to bear with it.
You do have to bear with it. Well, I mean, there are a couple things you have to understand. The first thing you need to understand is that you need to remember what your original plan for investing in your 401k plan was. And that is a long-term vehicle. It should not be looked at as a regular savings account.
So when we're all old and wrinkly, we're going to use this money. But you can't move the money out of the mutual funds because you want to keep it in there so you recover that loss that you had.
Yes, it's true. I mean, here's the elementary thing that I think many of us are starting to forget. What goes up actually comes down and vice versa. That's really what's going on with the stock market. I mean, if you look at history, and that's really a good determinant, you will see that the cycle continues. It goes around and around and around. And so right now, definitely, we're opening our statements and going, oh my gosh, what's going on? Well, we have to realize it will rebound. It always does. And so right now, it sounds cliche, but the stock market is on sale. This is a good time to have that money in the stock market because you're buying more.
We all know that, but it's hard to do. So
it's hard to do.
People who can't stomach the losses, because even if, say, you bought into your mutual fund the first of the year, well, by now it's down. You lost, maybe a quarter of that money. So if people don't want to do that, can't stomach that, if they put it in a bond fund, a money market fund in their 401k, so they're still getting their company matching contribution, if their company still
matching, right?
Is that a good alternative then?
Here's the best alternative is really to work. Now more than ever is the time to work with someone who's going to be able to give you some advice. They're going to tell you.
This is why we have you on. So in place of working with someone, what do you
Basically, what they're going to look at is your risk tolerance. They're going to look at how long you have until retirement, and they're going to look at what your ultimate goals are and really be able to give you some sound advice that's specific to you. I think what's happening is so many people are following generic information and generic advice. They're listening to their best friend. They're talking about it at the water cooler instead of saying, what's specific to me and what can I do specific for me? And that's really what people have to get back to is, what do I need to be doing for me? Not what everybody else is doing, but what's important for me.
Right, I agree 100%, but there's not a whole lot that you can do, folks, right now in this market.
Not a whole lot. And see, that's the other thing, too, Rebecca. It's important for people to realize when there's not a lot to do, that doesn't mean that you have to kind of find something to do. Now's the time to think fast, but move slow.
Well, the only thing that they shouldn't do is sell. Don't sell any of those mutual funds and take the money out of your 401k. Do not do that. Let me ask you, we were going to also talk about the stimulus plan that the House is going to vote on any minute now. You were on Twitter. What was the feedback?
I was on Twitter today, and, so many people were saying, listen, I don't agree with it. I don't believe in it. It doesn't make sense. I happen to be on Twitter with a lot of entrepreneurs who are saying, listen, it's not the private sector is really what's going to help us bail out. We need to create more jobs. We need to stimulate the economy, not only through thinking about what can we do as individuals, but what can we do as small business owners as well.
Sanyika Calloway Boyce, thank you so much for joining me in the Diamond District. On tap, folks, we're going to talk monkey business with Rich Bennett. He's the guy who does the blog about the new administration. We're coming right back.